We begin our report in Gaza, where Hamas has accepted a ceasefire proposal brokered by Egypt and Qatar. In a statement released Monday, Hamas said its leader, Ismail Haniyeh, had a call with Qatar's prime minister and Egypt's intelligence minister to inform them of the group's agreement. The decision brought a celebratory mood in the Palestinian territory. You can see from this video shot by our producer in Gaza, kids are seen celebrating after Hamas announced its decision to accept the proposal that could halt the 7-month war, as well as bring hostages back to Israel. However, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his war cabinet has decided to continue its operation in Rafah. Israel's military ordered Palestinians to evacuate the city ahead of a ground offensive, which has been long promised by Netanyahu. People are now being told to head several miles to the northwest to Khan Yunis and Al-Mawasi. For more, Imtiaz Tyab joins me now from London. Imtiaz, what do we know about this proposal that Hamas has agreed to?
John, it's been such an extraordinary evening. In just a few hours, when we were bracing ourselves for what was looking to be an Israeli invasion of Rafah, something that has been feared for so long, given how catastrophic it would be for the many, many civilians, an estimated 1.3 million Palestinian civilians in that area. And then that announcement from Hamas that they agreed to a ceasefire deal. Now, we do understand the broad contours of it. Some of our sources in Qatar have kind of explained it to us. I do have a breakdown for you, which I will read out to you very quickly. It's basically broken down into 3 phases. The first stage is around 40 days long, in which at least 33 what's been described as live hostages would be released. In exchange, Israel would release 40 Palestinian prisoners for every soldier and 20 for every civilian. It would, of course, lead to a temporary ceasefire and see the withdrawal of the IDF from heavily populated areas. We then have a second part of this, in which the second stage, also around 40 days long, would see all living male hostages released. In return, Israel would agree to release a number of Palestinians, and it would essentially see, quote, a full withdrawal of the Israeli military from Gaza. And then this final stage, which would see the return of the bodies of Israelis, their remains in the Gaza Strip, to return back to Israel and their loved ones, and the same with the remains of Palestinians who are being held by Israel. And that would start a 5-year reconstruction plan for the Gaza Strip. This is a plan that Hamas has said it has agreed to. We understand it's similar to previous agreements that Israel has hinted that they may support, but we're hearing tonight that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his war cabinet saying it's far from necessary than what they want to see right now. So there's a lot of hope, but we're not at a deal yet. John.
And so, Imtiaz, what do we know so far about the offensive in Rafah? And many of those provisions, or the top two ones, would appear to be in direct contradiction of movement into Rafah.
Absolutely. And I think the reality is what we have been seeing are what Israel itself has been describing as limited strikes in Rafah. As you pointed out in your introduction, they've asked around 100,000 people to flee to an area of Gaza, the Al-Mawasi area, where around 300,000 to 400,000 Palestinians are currently sheltering. And John, I've been to Gaza many times over the years. I've actually been to Al-Mawasi. There's nothing there. There's obviously now people there, but there's no water, there's no sewage, there's no sanitation. It's a pretty abysmal humanitarian situation there to begin with. So the fact that 100,000 people are going to be sent there in the coming hours, and potentially even more, would mean that the situation there is pretty dire. But to answer your question very quickly about the invasion, Israel is saying that their plan is to carry forth with the invasion of Rafah. But many people inside Israel, those hostage families, are saying to Mr. Netanyahu and his cabinet, take that deal.
Imtiaz Tyab in London, thank you for all those details.